Hey everyone, welcome to episode 327, Other People's Opinions, Part 2. Welcome to the Harmony in the Home podcast. I'm your host, Kelly Hutchison. I'm a counselor, a life coach, and most importantly, an imperfect mom doing this work right along with you. And my goal on our podcast is to go from chaos to calm, feel less frazzled, and have more fun within your four walls to have more harmony in your home. Oh dear me, you're going to love today's episode, and you wouldn't believe where I am right now if I told you. I love recording from two places. I love recording from my closet because the acoustics are amazing. I have a whole desk set up and the microphone and the whole 9 yards, and I make sure there's lots of sweaters around my desk, and I also like recording from my car. And so I went to go record from my car because the acoustics are also amazing. And it's raining. And I was like, oh, dear me. That's not going to really work because it's like trickle, 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 trickle. Is that the noise that rain makes on your rooftop? And I have a huge sunroof, so it really is loud in my car. So I decided, I'm like, you know what? That bank over there, I think it's closed. I'm going to go sit in the ATM line where the bank is, but I don't want to clog up the line. So I'm going to go where you can meet with the teller. Well, obviously the teller lines are closed because it's after hours and it's all sectioned off. So I went into the teller line backwards. So I'm currently sitting in a teller line backwards. I just hope I don't get like a police officer coming over because they're like, there's a suspicious vehicles. That would be an interesting podcast to see me get approached by a police officer because I'm a suspicious vehicle. I mean, I could be on security camera right now and they'd be like, what is going on in there? But it is raining, so they could think, she's trying to get out of the hail. It's not hailing, but it's pretty intense. So last week we talked about other people's opinions. This week we're talking about other people's opinions, part 2, because it's something that holds so many people back. And when you realize that you're doing it to yourself and it's not actually happening, that it's in your imagination, it is so freeing to know and to do and to like live your life without worried what other people are thinking. Or when it pops in your brain, you're like, oh, wait, it's actually not happening. Before we start today's topic, I'm going to talk to you about Herbal Face Food, which I have talked about so much because I absolutely love all of their products. I'm actually ordering their lotion as we speak because the lotion, I love going to sleep with it on. I wake up and my face feels so soft and smooth. And I was born in 1974. So whenever you're listening to it, you need to do the math because my face is looking wrinkly and a lot of sun damage because when I was younger, I played soccer, tennis, softball, all outdoor sports and bowling, but that's an indoor sport. And the sun damage is insane. Like sunscreen wasn't a thing back then. And I also had really bad acne. So I thought, well, I'll just get sunburn and then I'll just burn off the acne. Yeah, not so much. Then it left acne scars. So good times, I tell you. But I have tried a lot of different things and Herbal Face Food has been the nicest to my face to make it softer and more supple. I love that word, supple. I don't know what it means, but I know you know what it means when I say it. So if you're interested, go to herbalfacefood.com. The serums, the creams, I love their soap. All awesome products. You cannot go wrong. I usually get a starter bundle. And if you use the coupon code Harmony20, you'll get 20% off your first order, which I think is so cute that we have a coupon code. Like what? We're this tiny itty bitty little podcast and we have a coupon code. Like that's so cool. So I'm going to introduce you to someone that, oh my goodness, he is going to inspire your socks off. So if you have socks on, just know that they're going to be coming off because Peter Crone, Crone, every time he comes up in my Instagram, I'm like, oh, yes. He has the greatest sound bites. His longer talks are amazing. He has such a calm voice and he talks about other people's opinions. And I want to let you listen to it and then let me know what you think about it on the other side. So give a listen.
People say they're worried what other people think about them. But you're not worried about what other people think about you. You're worried what you think about you. And then you're using other people as the excuse. Even when people say, I'm scared of the unknown, no, you're not. What you're scared of is what your own brain, based on past hurt and fears, is predicting could happen in the unknown. And when you get that, it's like, holy like people are actually scaring the out of themselves based on their own imagination.
Isn't that so good? I will tell you, once you start cleaning up how you think about yourself and how you talk to yourself and your opinion of yourself, it is like magic watching the opinion of other people change dramatically. Not because it's changing, but because you're projecting what you think about yourself onto other people. So if we are thinking that we're a loser mom, a loser person, a loser, we're overweight, we don't have enough money, we're not a nice friend, we're not a good person, we're thinking all that stuff, we're going to project that onto other people, make them the bad guy, put all those awful thoughts in someone else's head, and then make them responsible for how we feel based on thoughts that we put into their brain. So conversely, if we think we're shooting for B-, we're doing our best as a parent, we're trying to have healthy habits with our food and with our intake, our money spending, we're trying our best, we're shooting for B-, all of a sudden, all of that is projected onto other people. And then you will start thinking that other people are thinking that about you as well. It's like magic. So like he says, you're not worried what other people are thinking. You're worried what you think about yourself. And then I love how he went into the fear of the unknown. And what happens is when we have trauma, stress, pain, heartache from the past, when that same situation comes back up in our brain automatically goes to past occurrences of when this felt familiar and when there was pain because it felt painful then. So we don't want it to feel painful again. So we say we're fear of the unknown. We're actually making up all of it and it's all in our imagination. So let's say you wanted to start an Etsy business. You started an Etsy business in 2020 and it didn't go so well. And it wasn't fun. You lost money. Let's say you lost $500 starting an Etsy business. You put out $500, you made maybe $50. So you lost $450. So now it's 2025, 2026. You go to think, you know what? I've always wanted to become a photographer. I'm going to become a photographer. And I'm just going to start doing family shoots, just doing Christmas cards, just doing weddings, just doing engagement photos, just doing newborn shots. Whatever it is, that thought comes up in your brain. And you go to become the photographer, or you go to make your website, or you go to buy the camera, or you go just to in the planning. It's very early on. You haven't even put yourself out there yet. And your brain will automatically go to that Etsy shop you tried to open in 2020. It will be a failure, just like the Etsy shop was. And it will go through all of that because the brain is always trying to protect us. It's always trying to seek pleasure, avoid pain, and be efficient. So the older we get, the more pain that we've endured and the more failures we've had, so to speak. And not that that was a failure, but it was just an experience that we had with an Etsy shop. And so when we go to do the photography, or we go to do another Etsy shop, or do Amazon, or the letter writing, or become a realtor, or change jobs, your brain will automatically go to old failures, old pain, old stress, and it will stop you in your tracks where you won't get past buying the camera, or you won't get past making the website, or you'll make the website, but then you won't let anybody know, hey, I'm open for business. So this is really good to know because it's all, like he said, all done in our imagination, and we are scaring ourselves. It's like we're at a haunted house and then we walk into the haunted house and we say boo, and then we get scared based on our own imagination. So this is so freeing to know because you're like, okay, I see you, brain. I know you're trying to seek pleasure, avoid pain, and be efficient. I know you're trying to do your job, but we're going to do this anyway. So you have to override the system. This could be with anything. It could be starting a new diet. It could be starting to work out. It could be starting a new business. It could be starting to go to church or the synagogue. It could be opening up to a new friend, starting a new friendship. If you're in the dating world, it could be if you go on dates. If you're changing careers, if you're trying to be more outgoing, or you're trying to be less outgoing, whenever there's a change, your brain will always try to stop you. And just know that, and then you can override it. And you're like, oh, I see what you're doing. This is what Kelly was talking about. This is what happens to her. This is what happens to me. This is what happens to our greedy grampy. Happens to everybody. And when we know this, then we can override it and we can control our brain instead of letting our brain control us. Because like I've always said, we have to manage our mind or our mind will manage us. So let me know how you're implementing these strategies of not caring what other people think, because it's just caring what you think about yourself, and also not going into a haunted house and scaring yourself. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye. Hey mamas, thanks for listening. If you had any ahas, clicks, or those lightning bolt moments while listening, you have to check out my free parenting bootcamp, where we take all of this to the next level and we try to create even more awakenings for ourselves so that we can connect more with our kids and never yell at them again. You can sign up at www.coachingkelly.com. And if you really want to fill up my love cup, send me an email of what your aha was, what your click was, what was that lightning bolt moment while you were listening. I want nothing more in life than for you to have harmony in your home and to learn how to be an imperfect mom like me, which allows your kids to be imperfect too, each and every day. Thanks for listening.